Learning with Dr. Shivangi. Today's topic is creation of perception. As in the previous videos, we already started the playlist for the subject consumer behavior and also discuss various topics related to it like consumer decision making process, different models of consumer buying behavior, concept of perception, and so on. So in today's video we'll discuss about the topic creation of perception. You can also watch other videos, links are provided in the description box. So before I started the video, I want to say you that if you like my video, please like and share this video and don't forget to subscribe my channel, which is Learning with Dr. Shivangi. Now coming to the main topic, which is creation of perception. So how the perception will create by the consumer about the particular product and services we'll discuss here. Every consumer goes through a process comprising 3 stages for them to create a perception of something, that is exposure, attention, comprehension. Each of these stages plays a unique and equally important role and should be focused on by your company in order to your customers or consumers to be able to form the perception you want to them from them. So basically there are 3 stages of creation of perception, which is exposure, attention and interpretation. With the help of these stages, consumer can perceive any object, it may be product or services. Now we have discussed here each of the stage of creation of perception one by one in detail. So first one is the creation of perception, exposure stage. Exposure means when a stimulus comes within the range of someone's receptors, sight, smell or touch. Consumer may either tend to concentrate on certain stimuli while being completely unaware of others, or they may even go out of their way to ignore certain messages. So exposure is the stage in which the consumer or customer exposed to the external environment with the help of receptors like sight, smell or touch. This is the first stage in the perception process and is when the consumer comes into physical contact with the stimulus, whether they come to contact with a link to your page or search query. This doesn't necessarily mean they notice stimulus, but you need to make sure that at a very least of the product or brand is present for their senses, sight, sound, taste, touch, smell to pick up on. So in the first stage to create perception, it is firstly the consumer or customer has to expose with the external environment, which includes several factors like product, services and their features also. The second is the attention. Attention refers to the extent to which processing activity is devoted to a particular stimulus. Consider, for example, the thought of having to sit through both interesting and less interesting features. This can vary depending on both the characteristics of the stimulus, that is, the lecture itself, and the recipient, that is, your mental state at that time. So attention is the stage in which the consumer or customer get attentive to the particular environmental factors by the features of the product and services. Consumers often are in the state of sensory overload where they are exposed to far more information than they can process. Taken from the marketing perspective, we are often bombarded with marketing stimuli from commercial sources, thus making the competition for our attention an ever increasing phenomena. This is the second stage of attention. This is essentially the gateway to perception and is when your product or brand has actually been noticed and information has been recorded by the consumer in the some way. They should click on your ad or click on the link to visit your page in the social media platforms. Gaining attention can be one of the hardest parts of perception process. So consumer perception, especially in social media, due to the sheer volume of competition on social networks. So there are different methods of enhancing attention, which are intensity, movement, size, contrast, surprise, and involvement. So these are the various methods of enhancing attention by the consumer. And the last stage of creation of perception is comprehension or interpretation. As discussed earlier, attention is the gateway to perception. Once you crash through the gateway, you must convey something substantial and lasting. Comprehension is the interpretation that a consumer develops about a stimulus in order to assign meaning to it. This means that in the event someone enters your page, make sure they have the information needed to comprehend what your business is all about. So interpretation is the perception of the consumer which he want to tell, describe or interpret in your own words with the help of a stimulus. If you are going to have a company page or a social network, don't host a lifeless, dull page, or else consumer may form a negative perception of your company. Interpretation is constructed as needed based on two major factors: the actual stimulus and prior expectations. Interpretation refers to the meaning that we assign to sensory stimuli, just as people differ in terms of the stimuli that they perceive. The meanings we assign these stimuli vary as well. So interpretation is basically depend on the actual stimulus and the prior expectations of consumers or experiences of the consumers itself. Two people can see or hear the same event, but their interpretation of it can be different as night and day, depending on what they had expected the stimulus to be. The meaning we assign to a stimulus depend on the scheme is crucial to many marketing decisions because this determines what criteria consumers will use to evaluate the product, package or message. So interpretation is affected by so many factors like experiences, expectations, stimulus features and so on. So this is all about the creation of perception. I again summarizes all the points so that you can easily understand about the topic. So creation of perception includes several stages like exposure, attention, interpretation. Exposure is basically means the stimulus comes within the range of someone's receptors like sight, smell or touch, or the consumer goes beyond to the external environment. Second is attention. Attention refers to the extent to which processing activity is devoted to a particular stimulus. When the particular customer be attentive to the particular ad or event or product or services or link, etc. There are various methods to enhance attention, which are intensity, movement, size, contrast, surprise, involvement. And the last stage is comprehension or interpretation. It is the interpretation or description of the consumers about the product, services, goods, etc., which he observe in the first stage. It is depend on various factors like actual stimulus and the prior expectations. So this is all about the creation of perception. If you have any query about this topic or if you want to know about any of the topic related to research methodology, business management, business environment, you can ask me through comment box. If you like my video, please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel, which is Learning with Dr. Shivangi. We'll meet in the next video with new topic. Thank you everyone.